everybody, welcome to another episode of Ladies Fishing Community and Resources with Bass and Gal. And real quick, I wanted to pass along some information from the Lady Bass Anglers Association, the LBAA, because they're actually kicking off their 10-year anniversary season here in about a month, where they're going to Cane River Lake in Louisiana. And they have some deadlines that are coming up. So February 10th, you have to have the rest of your balance paid for that tournament to prevent getting a late fee. So if you haven't paid that yet, you need to get on it. And for those of you that are not going to maybe fish this tournament, but you're considering fishing maybe a future tournament with them, just keep in mind that to join the LBAA, the membership fee is $50. You get their, official t-shirt for the year included in that membership. And then for the entry fees for the tournaments, for the co-angler, it is $200. And for the pro angler, it is $400. Now, as of right now, one thing to keep in mind for this tournament is that a lot of the pros kind of get their money in last minute. So it can be kind of tricky as far as the co-anglers and going on a wait list. So even if there's a wait list for the co-anglers and you're wanting to fish Cane River, you can still go ahead and send in your money and register, because it's really hard to know exactly how many pros are going to be at that tournament until exactly February 10th, because literally a lot of them pay on February 10th or right at that deadline. And so if you end up paying for that tournament and then not enough pros sign up, you have a couple of options at that point. You can move your entry fee forward to another tournament. You can get a refund if you like to do that, or you can recruit. Well, you can decide to go as a boater yourself. You can definitely do that, or you can recruit a boater. So if you know another lady angler that, has a boat and is willing to fish the tournament, then you can have them sign up, but they have to put on the application that they are paired with you, because that then moves you right at the top of the wait list, because you are the one that recruited them. That's basically fair, because they wouldn't be in the tournament had you not recruited them. So they put on their application and let Cheryl in secret know, like, hey, this person asked me to fish it, so I'm going to fish as a pro. And then that's how that's done. So you can always do that. So if you're wanting to still try and fish it, go ahead and sign up and see what happens. So this video is going to actually be for co-anglers. It really, it's applicable to the ladies or the men. That we basically have the same kind of rules, but it's not going to be like, hey, this is how you catch fish behind, the pros. It's not that kind of video. This is a video of, how to keep a good reputation as a co-angler, because hopefully you want to do that. When they draw your name, you want them to be like, yes, I drew so-and-so. Well, hopefully that's what you want. But, so number one, and I definitely think this is, one of the most important if you get to pre-fish. And I did forget to add this, co-anglers for the LBAA, now is the time to start. Well, you should do it a little earlier, but if you haven't and you want to pre-fish, start reaching out to the pros and see if they want or if they have room for you to pre-fish, so you can start making those arrangements. And rule number 1 is you want to have the reputation of, if you get the ability to pre-fish with the pros, with one of the pros, you know, go out with them. But when you come off of that lake, pretend like you didn't even fish that day. That is the best rule of thumb. I mean, if you catch a nice fish, they're going to let you take pictures and do stuff like that. You know, sometimes it's really hard to come off of the lake and not talk fishing with everybody, because that's what we do. But you have to keep in mind the ladies that you're going out with, they're competing too. I mean, you're competing, you know, with other people, and you don't want to definitely you don't want to get that reputation of doing stuff on purpose, but even accidentally, you just don't want to, you know, say something that's going to give away information that could hurt somebody that was nice enough to take you out and let you gain some knowledge to help you in the tournament. I mean, you just don't want to do that. And, you know, I found out how important that was. This is the God's honest truth. I was in a cabin. I think there was 6 pros in that cabin. And I went out and pre-fished with one of them. And we came back, you know, and we're all doing dinner together, sitting around, having a good time. And these ladies, I mean, best friends, travel together, and they did not talk about fishing at all, unless it was like past fishing trips, but they didn't talk about their days at all. And I'm like, wow. But that tells you, I mean, they're fishing for money, they're fishing for points. So that tells you like how serious these women are. Like, they're friends and everything, but when it comes to tournaments, like, it's cutthroat. They're going to kick each other's butts. You know, so just mum's the word. That's the best policy. You know, you didn't even go out. So that's number 1. Number 2 is for tournament days, communication. When you guys are floating around, you know, before takeoff and everything, just ask, you know, your boater simple things like the net. You know, would you like me to net every fish, only if you holler for the net, use my best judgment, never touch it, you know, and just get a feel for it, because some of them don't want help with the net because they've had bad experiences in the past where co-anglers have knocked off big fish and stuff. So they're like, I'll take care of it myself. You know, so you just want to make sure that you're doing whatever it is that they prefer, you know, for you to do. Because, you know, that as far as the rules, each one of you is responsible for your own fish. Neither of you are obligated to help the other with their fish. But it's kind of a courtesy thing, you know, to have that conversation. Because I've never had a pro say, I'm not helping you net your fish or anything like that. And, you know, so yeah, just have that talk. And before I forget, make sure you have your own life jacket. Not all of them carry an extra life jacket, and it is your responsibility to have your own per the rules. Number 3, make sure to take care of your pros. You have to keep in mind the amount of expenses that they have for these tournaments versus yours. And I'm not even talking about the entry fee. I'm talking about, you know, think of the kind of vehicle that they have to drive, you know, long distance to these tournaments versus you. On top of having to drag the boat, which costs more, and gas. And then you have to think, you know, boat payments, insurance, maintenance, storage. I mean, it's a lot of money to upkeep a boat. So, you know, you are not obligated, like, you do not have to give the pro anything when you go out. In all honesty, you don't. But in my opinion, I mean, most co-anglers do. And I'm not saying, you know what, give every single pro $100 when they take you out. I'm not saying that, you know, but use your best judgment and take care of them, because, you know, if it wasn't for them, you know, doing that and, you know, spending that money and dragging those boats there, we wouldn't be there. We wouldn't be there. So, yeah, just make sure to take care of them, you know, because I know that they really appreciate it. Okay. The last thing, you know, you're going to have room on the boat. First of all, I mean, it's their boat. You definitely want to make sure that you help maintain it. You know, you don't damage it. You clean up after yourself, all the basics, you know, leave it how you found it, basically. But you're going to have your own area. They're going to have a place that, you know, you can put your rain suit on. They're going to leave room for you in the cooler. But as far as like you taking tackle on there, it's going to be your responsibility to know like how many poles are too much, how many poles are too little, you know, for you to kind of structure and manage your own gear and tackle. One of the companies that I found because of using their line, one of my friends, you probably all know him. His name is Monster. Well, his real name is Sunny, but he's Monster on social media. But the company is Runcl, and I found their line, and I started using it because I really was looking for a cheaper line that was really good. This is actually one of them. You can see that. And then here is some of their braid. But the best way to really like judge this is in my November striper fishing trip, because you can see me using that. And I'll tell you, when we were striper fishing, my dad was using the Power Pro still, which is what I used. And it was the only thing that I used for braid. And it was so slick on my reel. And I was casting further than him. As far as prices, it can't be beat. You know, so I got all my some of my rods back here. And I'm going to be getting some more line in the mail, and those will all be relined again with Runcl. So, but then once I started looking at the line, I had ordered that off of Amazon and found out that they have a whole bunch of stuff. So then I went to their website, and they actually have the best tackle bag that I have seen. And so I wanted to point that out. If co-anglers are looking for a storage bag, they have one for, and you know how expensive that tackle bags can get, but they actually have an excellent one for $49.99. And then they have the waterproof storage containers as well, that fit perfectly in the storage bags. And those, I mean, if you go to Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's or anything like that, even on Tackle Warehouse, the waterproof containers and stuff, those get so expensive. And so check out the website. I'm going to put it in the description of the video. And, you know, definitely go check them out. They have all kinds of different things, you know, from baits. They have some reels on there, and the storage, and just all kinds of stuff. So make sure to check them out. They might be able to help you save a little bit of money and still get the quality gear. Actually, speaking of quality gear, today ends the limited edition for the SixGill rods and reels. Hopefully you got to take advantage of that. But tomorrow starts the rod BOGO If you don't know what that means, it means buy one, get one. And that is one of the reasons that I love them, is because they give the everyday angler the opportunity to build their arsenal with excellent gear. Look at their website. Justin, the CEO, he explains every single thing about what that rod is made of, you know, not just, you know, the weight and everything. Like, he puts exactly what it's made of, all the way, you know, what the eyes are, and they're excellent. Absolutely excellent. I have some on the boat. I've got some back here. I might have some of the limited edition coming. They might be in this color. Anyway, so check that out. I will put the website in the description. And I think that's all. I think I hit every point I was supposed to cover. If you have any questions, let me know. That's all for now. If you have ideas on a video you want me to cover, let me know. Otherwise, we'll chat later. Mwah!